Korean guys will straight up tell you that it's their dream or it's always been a fantasy. I always wanted to sleep with black girl, I always wanted to sleep with white girl, I always wanted to sleep with passionate Latina girl. Video I did, and people are like, are you saying that Asians don't have double eyelids? I'm like, I never said that, but typically no, they have a monolid, which I think is absolutely beautiful. Can we talk about Namjoon's dragon eyes? What's up, idols? It's CC Lesson 3. Welcome back to my channel. This video is going to be all in good fun. I decided to do another one of those like top whatever videos because they're fun to do. So this one is going to be the top 7 things Korean men will say to foreign girls in Korea. Now, do not take this super seriously. It's all in good fun. Things I've noticed in my 2 years plus in Korea. Things they say, whether it's, you know, trying to slide into a love motel with you or just being observant and just messaging you online. Just things that I've noticed, and you might notice them too. So let me know if you've heard these things before in the comments. Also, please consider subscribing. It is absolutely free. It means the world to me, and you can change your mind. You can be like, you know what, I don't like her no more, because that happens too. But I'm at 74,000 subscribers, and I had like a huge boost while I was in Busan. That was crazy. So I'm looking for one of them type of snowballs again, because that was everything. And turn on the notification bell, because I'm trying to upload a lot more these days. I slipped a little bit last week because my cheek was hurting over here from the thread lift a little bit still. They told me I'm still healing, so I'm trying not to talk too much. I'm trying to put out more content, more than just 1 video a week. I want to do like at least 2 to 4 a week. We're gonna see how this go, but it's gonna be at least 1 every week, that's for damn sure. Also, if you want to get closer to me, you can join my membership, my channel membership. It is 99 cents a month. We do Zoom calls, Discord chat stuff. We have emojis and badges. There's exclusive videos, exclusive content, polls. I talk to them a lot. I talk to my idol members a lot. Discord, it'll be all hours of the night. It's random because everybody's on different time zones, and my sleeping pattern still been kind of weird, so I'm trying to get better at that. But yeah, all that said, let's get into this video. Okay, so number 7, the thing that I notice very often in Korea, the stereotypes. That's like the first thing right out the gate. It'll be, especially since I'm black, it'll be, oh, you must be a good dancer, oh, you must be so athletic and good at sports. And when they talk about dancing specifically, they mean like twerking and hip-hop stuff. They even ask about like black English, if I know it or if I could teach it, and I'm like, black English? Yo man, what's good? I hate that. I hate that. Like, you can talk to me, like, to disregard my color, you can just talk to me. They change it up and they switch it up based on who they're addressing. I talked about this before, but I did a clubbing in Itaewon vlog, and I will never forget, we were in Soap, and we hear these dudes talking to these white girls, just like, hi, how are you? Nice to meet you. Hello, what's your name? And then when they see me and a black friend, you can hear them change up how they speak a little bit, and they're like, yo, I'm trying to fuck tonight. And then they said, yo, I'm trying to holla. I'm like, I decline. I try not to take too personal, because until you meet that person or you meet these people, you don't have a lot to go on but stereotypes. It's annoying, and it's just the way it is. Like, a lot of people watch Korean dramas and think that Korean men are such sweethearts and absolute romantics, and they're just like any other man on the planet. Nothing special, nothing worse. Be prepared to be asked about stereotypes about your people. I'm curious about the different stereotypes of different nationalities and different ethnicities. Like for America, you know, they assume, it goes both ways. I feel like people either assume Americans are dumb, they assume Americans are rich, they assume Americans are racist or selfish, arrogant, snobby. Sometimes people think Americans are really kind and nice. So I'm curious about like So I'm curious about like the stereotypes in your country, like that people have about you from your country. Because, you know, like we think Canadians are like super sweet all the time and so polite. I met one person who proved to me that was not true. Still fucks with Canada though. Another thing that's kind of funny, since 2018, people when they talk to me in Korea, when they realize that I'm black, they tend to bring up Black Panther a lot. And I don't know if it's like a bridge to gap between cultures, because, you know, Black Panther, part of it was filmed in Busan. Okay, number 6, and this is not just Korean men, this is Koreans in general to foreigners. They will say, "와, 한국말 잘해요." They are so quick to tell you you're really good at Korean when all you can say is 안녕하세요, 감사합니다. You say one word and like, wow, you're so good, you're amazing. Which I know it comes from a good place, but to me, it seems a bit trivializing sometimes. It's like when a kid does the bare minimum basic thing. You're like, wow, good job, buddy. Proud of you. It's like I said hi. Or like when I go out to eat and I use chopsticks, because there's a few things that happen. It kind of goes back to the stereotype thing. They assume, rightfully so with me, that foreigners can't handle spice. So yeah, I guess that kind of goes with the stereotypes thing. But like when you go out to order food, I noticed that if I go out to eat with Korean people, my food is a lot more bland and less spicy than theirs, which I am grateful for. When you use chopsticks in public at a restaurant, they're like, oh, you can use chopsticks, because they kind of assume you need a fork and a spoon. I'm sure it comes from a good place, but I'm just like, all I said was one thing, relax. I'm sure a lot of people in the comments can relate to that one. It's always, you're Korean so good when you say one word. Okay, number 5. I notice this a lot. Like, it's very rarely do I get to the point where I go out with a Korean guy. Like we talk online and I usually get ghosted, or they just stop talking, lose interest, whatever. But it's a few times when you go out with them in person. And for me, it's always been my personal thing where I like to pay for me. I've had experiences where guys expect something from you if they pay for you. And I know people are like, well, if they ask you out, then they should pay, which, you know, yeah, you can say that too, but for me personally, I just feel a lot more comfortable when I pay for myself. I can order what I want and not have to worry about how much money he has for this meal or whatever. I can be like, you know what, I'm gonna get what I want because I'm paying for me. Because I have that mindset, and I think this is, I don't know, I think it's pretty common in the West, but a lot of Korean guys are like, wow, you're so low maintenance. You're not high maintenance like Korean girls, which I don't know. I mean, I take it as a compliment because that translates to independent for me, so I don't mind it. But like, some girls, foreign girls, see that as them thinking that they're cheap, you know? I don't know how that's interpreted through different ears, but to me that just means like you're independent, you don't really need me as much, which is true. But a lot of girls are like, are you saying I'm cheap? And you hear these stories about like Korean girls being quite needy and oppa, like buy me this and da-da-da and needy. So like they'll say, wow, you're so low maintenance, or you're not like Korean girls. And yeah, I hear that all the time. Yeah, it kind of goes how like, they're like, oh, Korean girls are so high maintenance, that's why I prefer foreigners. Yeah, they'll tell you they prefer foreigners. That's definitely one you will probably hear when you go on a date in Korea. If you're like that, if you're, you know, high maintenance, then you probably won't hear that so much. Okay, number 4. This is one that I think any non-Asian foreigner will get. Like, you know, I know there's like gyopos, Koreans born abroad and raised abroad. Technically that makes them a foreigner, but they always talk about like your eyes being so much bigger, your face being small, you having a pretty nose. Like I've talked about this before too, but features we don't really think too much about in the West because it's common in the West, like to have double eyelids, bigger eyes, a taller nose bridge thingy. It's not saying that again, and that's oh god, I remember that beauty our foreigners pretty in Korea video I did, and people are like, are you saying that Asians don't have double eyelids? I'm like, I never said that, but typically, no, they have a monolid, which I think is absolutely beautiful. Can we talk about Namjoon's dragon eyes? And they'll tell you you look healthy. Like if you have a tan skin, if you're not pale, like if you're a black person of color, or you tan, they're like, wow, I think you're healthy. You look very healthy. And I'm like, so y'all acknowledge that pale skin doesn't look healthy, but that's what y'all aspire to? That's interesting. Number 3, you will hear this all the time, and I completely disregard it now. When guys say, oh, they just want language exchange. No, they just want to they want to exchange other things. I don't know. Honestly, I think it used to be an innocent, honest, I just want to exchange language. I just want to get better with language. I want to exchange culture. But these days, when you go on these dating profiles and these people say they just want language exchange, no, they don't. Don't fall for it. Don't believe it. They want to come off as innocent. They want to come off as just a normal, nice guy, just trying to learn stuff. But no, they want to smash. Yeah, language exchange. I just want language exchange. No, you don't. They also do this thing where like they want to practice their English and show it off to their friends and their homies and their groups. So like they'll come up to you and just be like, I saw this twice. Like I was just in Korea for 5 months. I saw this twice. I've never seen that before, where they just say, oh, may I practice my English skills, or may I show my friends my English skills? Like I just want to talk with you. It never happened to me. I was just watching my friends go through it. I was just like, being able to speak English is like a show-offy thing to do in front of the homies. And it shows you, it's like a class thing too, or like a smart thing. Like, oh, I was able to study at the most prestigious Hogwarts and now I can speak English quite well. I don't know. Number 2, Korean guys will straight up tell you that it's their dream or it's always been a fantasy or goal of theirs to sleep with a non-Korean person. Like, they'll straight up just ask you, like, can you make this happen? Can we make this happen? Can we do FWB? I always wanted to sleep with black girl. I always wanted to sleep with white girl. I always wanted to sleep with passionate Latina girl. No. Like, don't get me wrong, in every country men want to hook up. Like, that's just what men do. That's just who they are. But like in the States, it never happens to me where somebody's like, hey, you black, I want to sleep with you because you black. I've never had that happen, only in Korea. And then because I've I've gotten both, where they ask my ethnicity and I tell them I'm black, so they say, oh, you're black, okay, cool. But then a lot of people assume I'm like Latina or like mixed or something too, so I get some of that as well, where they're like, oh, I think you're passionate. I'm like, why am I passionate? Oh, I think you're a spicy, passionate Latina woman. I'm like, what? I'm not Latino in any way. But yeah, like they will straight up just tell you, it is my dream, and they try to make it sound all sweet, like it is my dream, it is my passion, it is my goal on my bucket list to sleep with a black girl, to sleep with a white girl, to sleep with a Latina girl. Can you make this happen? Can you make this happen? No. What? Better call Tyrone. Okay, number 1. This is a new one. Well, not new so much, but new for me because I got back to Korea. A lot of Korean guys will tell you that they are open-minded. Now, to the untrained ear, this sounds like, oh, cool, he's open to points of views he may not understand or agree with. Oh, he's socially aware. No, that just means that they will try anything at least once in the bedroom. Which kind of goes to number 2, where like, I'm open-minded. I'll sleep with a black girl. I'll sleep with a white girl. I'll sleep with a Latina girl. I'll sleep with an Indian girl. I'll sleep with anybody. Like, I'm an open-minded person. I'll do a threesome. Like, that's what that means. When they say that they're open-minded, that's what they mean. They'll try the kinks, try the variety. When they say they have an open mind, don't get too excited, because I did. I was like, oh my god, like that's so cool. Like you're willing to accept views you don't understand, or you're willing to consider it. No boo-boo. And again, I said this before too, but that Wonho song is what made me realize, and I was like, oh shit, that's what I meant this whole time. I'm more open-minded. I prefer foreigners. They're more chill, they're laid back, they're easier to get along with, they're low maintenance, which is a cool stereotype to have. I don't mind that one because I consider myself quite chill. But that's something that you will probably hear at least once if and when you go on a date with a Korean guy in Korea. Yeah, that's that. So I hope you enjoyed this list. Again, please don't take it too seriously. Turn on the notifications so you know when I upload again. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a like if you like this kind of video because they're fun to make, and I can go on and on and on. I got a lot of material. So thanks for watching. If you did, remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. 안녕. 너무 잘한다.